You probably felt it before. You walk into a room, and people glance your way even if you don't say a word. Like your presence alone shifted the atmosphere? Is it confidence, or is it something deeper? What you're feeling could be the power of your aura, and it's affecting people way more than you realize. But most people with strong aura don't even know they have it. And because of that, they end up feeling misunderstood, drained, or even judged. From a psychological perspective, the renowned psychologist Carl Jung once suggested that our psyche extends beyond the physical body, and this energetic extension, your aura, can speak for you before you even open your mouth. It's pretty fascinating stuff. In this video, you're going to learn the 13 hidden signs that your energy is so strong it can disturb others, why people might feel uncomfortable around you, and it's not your fault, and most importantly, how to cultivate and manage your own aura so you can really shine in life. Stick around. You'll finally understand what your aura is really saying. Let's get to it. Signs when you're not trying to stand out. But the moment you walk into a room, something changes. People glance at you. Conversations pause. Sometimes they grow quiet. Sometimes they shift their body language. And you feel it. You didn't speak. You didn't even make eye contact. But still there's a ripple. And you start to wonder, is something wrong with me? Carl Jung believed the psyche isn't limited to your thoughts. It's an energy system that extends outward. When your inner state is aligned, that energy field, your aura, becomes strong enough to affect others unconsciously. People don't know why they react, but your psyche is speaking without words, and they're listening, even if they don't understand it. Your presence disrupts their autopilot. Stop shrinking yourself to avoid attention. Start observing. How do people react? What is your energy saying before you even open your mouth? Own that your aura carries weight. That's not arrogance, it's awareness. The more conscious you are of your energetic impact, the more intentional you can be. Imagine walking into any room and no longer wondering why people react. Instead, you move with calm power, grounded, clear, unapologetically present. Because now, you don't fear being noticed. You understand that your aura leads before you do. Signs, too, you're not loud. You're not trying to impress anyone. Yet somehow eyes follow you. Strangers glance at you more than once. People stop mid-sentence when you walk by. You're not sure what they're seeing, but it makes you feel exposed, uncomfortable, maybe even judged. You wonder, why can't I just move through the world unnoticed like everyone else? Carl Jung described the persona as the mask we wear to fit into society, our filtered, acceptable self. But when your aura is powerful, your true self leaks through the mask. Your authenticity, whether you're aware of it or not, breaks the pattern of surface-level interactions. People are used to seeing masks. When they meet someone whose energy feels real, they stop and stare. It's not about appearance. It's about energetic contrast. You disrupt their normal programming. What if the attention you're getting isn't judgment, but recognition? Not recognition of status or looks, but of depth, of resonance. Start grounding yourself before entering a room. Breathe, feel your feet on the floor, and allow your energy to be present on purpose. This turns the spotlight from pressure into presence. You become not just noticed, but felt. Now picture this. You walk through life no longer dodging glances, but returning them with calm. You move with quiet strength, knowing people aren't reacting to your clothes or your hair. They're responding to your realness. And instead of shrinking, you let your presence speak, even when you don't. Signs 3, you meet someone for the first time, and 10 minutes later, they're telling you about their childhood trauma or the worst day of their life. Friends, co-workers, even strangers on the bus seem to treat you like a therapist they never asked for. You listen because you care, but deep down, you wonder, why does everyone feel need to unload on me? You start feeling emotionally drained by conversations that were never meant to be that deep. Carl Jung described the shadow as the part of ourselves we try to hide. The pain, the shame, the wounds. When your aura is grounded and non-judgmental, it makes people feel safe enough to let their guard down. Your presence becomes a mirror that gently reflects their shadow without scaring it. They may not even know why, but suddenly with you, they feel seen. And in a world full of masks, being seen is so rare, it feels like permission to speak freely. You don't have to block your energy or stop caring. but you do need to protect your space. Try this. When someone starts to overshare, breathe deeply and silently affirm, I can care without carrying. You're not a dumping ground. You're a sacred space. Listen if you choose, but remember, your silence isn't an invitation to absorb pain. It's just your peace. Now imagine people still opening up to you, but this time you feel clear, not heavy. You listen with heart, but without losing your own center, because now you know people trust your energy for a reason, and you get to decide how much of it you give. Signs for some people look at you like they're fascinated. Others avoid you completely. They fumble their words. Their body language shifts. You didn't say or do anything strange, but suddenly the air feels different. You leave the interaction wondering, why do I make people act like that? Carl Jung said we all carry a shadow, the parts of ourselves we deny or don't want to face. When your aura is powerful and clear, it reflects others' shadows back to them. You become a mirror. People sense that they can't hide around you, and it either pulls them in or pushes them away. Their nervousness isn't about you. It's about what they feel around you but can't explain. Remind yourself, their discomfort isn't my burden. You're not responsible for how people react to your energy. Keep your feel grounded. Breathe deeply. Let them feel what they feel. You're not intimidating, you're illuminating. Now imagine being in any space and noticing people's reactions without taking them personally. You walk with calm awareness. Know your energy wakes people up, sometimes gently, sometimes sharply. Either way, you're no longer confused. You're just powerful and awake. Signs 5, you're having a normal day until you're around someone stressed or angry. Suddenly, you feel it too. Your mood changes, your chest tightens, and your mind spirals. It's confusing. Nothing happened to you, but you feel it anyway. Jung spoke of the collective unconscious, a shared emotional and symbolic network between all human beings. People with powerful auras are more sensitive to this web. You don't just hear words. You feel emotional vibrations that others miss. You're tuning into signals that others filter out. Start practicing energetic hygiene. Before entering a room, ground yourself. After intense conversations, give yourself time to clear. Say silently, I release what isn't mine. Awareness gives you control over what you carry. Now picture feeling emotions rise in your body and knowing which ones are yours. You become the observer, not the sponge. You still care deeply, but you no longer drown in what's not yours. Sign 6, you enter a crowded space, like a mall or party, and feel like your brain short circuits. The noise, movement, and energy around you feels too much. You leave feeling wiped out, even if nothing went wrong. Jung believes certain environments carry archetypal energies, patterns of behavior and emotion. Crowds hold chaotic, clashing energy. When your aura is strong, you're a receiver for those collective emotional currents. It's not weakness, it's sensitivity to the unconscious. Visualize your aura closing slightly, like dimming a light or zipping a jacket. Use breath work or grounding tools like touch, scent, or music. Give yourself permission to leave when you need to. You're allowed to protect your signal. Now imagine going into a crowded space and walking out whole. You flow through energy without absorbing it. You become a guardian of your own light. Sign 7, after being around people, even ones you love, you feel the need to retreat, not just to relax, but to reclaim yourself. Without that space, you feel foggy, irritated, even lost. Jung taught that true growth happens through individuation, a journey of becoming your true self. Time alone helps you hear your own psyche again, without others' noise. For powerful auras, solitude isn't a break, it's survival. Honor your need for solitude as sacred. Create rituals for alone time, walks, journaling, meditation. Don't explain or apologize. Your inner self needs room to breathe. Now picture solitude as your secret garden. You don't isolate, you recalibrate. And when you return to the world, it's with clarity, strength, and purpose. Signs that you explain yourself clearly, but people twist your words. You show up with honesty, but they label you intense or dramatic. It hurts to be seen but not understood. Carl Jung said most people interact with others through their persona, a social mask. When your aura is authentic, It bypasses the mask. But not everyone is ready for realness, so they project their discomfort onto you. Stop shrinking to be understood. Your job isn't to be simple, it's to be true. Let go of needing to be seen perfectly. You're not here to fit. You're here to be. Now imagine standing tall in your truth. Even when others misread you, you no longer bend to avoid being misunderstood. You speak clearly, walk gently, and let your energy do the rest. Signs 9, you didn't speak. You didn't offer advice. Yet people turn to you. What do you think? They trust you, but it can feel like pressure, like being the group's emotional compass. Carl Jung believed in the inner guide, a quiet intelligence that comes from deep within. When your aura is aligned with your inner truth, people feel it. They don't need words. They trust your presence. You don't owe insight on demand. Speak when it's true, not when it's expected. You can hold space without fixing. You can lead with silence. Now imagine being sought after, not for answers, but for your presence. You give freely, but never from emptiness, because now your insight flows from wholeness, not from obligation. Signs 10, in moment of tension. People turn to you. When chaos hits, you're the calm one. But holding everyone together gets heavy. You wonder, why is it always me keeping things stable? Carl Jung describes certain souls as embodying archetypes, patterns of human experience. You carry the healer or caretaker archetype. Your aura grounds others. But if unbalanced, you absorb more than you give. You can be the calm in the storm without becoming the storm. Set emotional boundaries. Let others feel their own weight. Your strength is sacred, but it's not infinite. Now, picture being the anchor, not the absorber. You're still the one people trust, but now you're supported too. You lead with stability and self-care. Signs 11, people either love you or feel uneasy around you. There's no in-between. You feel polarizing. You ask yourself, why can't people just treat me normally? Your aura reveals what Jung called the tension of opposites. Your energy wakes up buried truths in others. Some find that magnetic. Others feel threatened by it. You stir things up, not by trying, just by being. You don't need everyone to like you. Let your energy do the sorting. Those who resonate will rise. The rest, let them go. Now imagine being okay with polarizing reactions. You live in truth, not performance. Your aura filters your circle for your highest good. Signs 12, kids you don't know wave at you. Dogs walk over and sit near your feet. It's sweet but odd. You think, what are they sensing that adults don't? Carl Jung believed children and animals are unclouded by persona. They feel energy directly. No filters, no bias. If they feel safe around you, it means your aura is aligned with truth, peace, and presence. Take it as confirmation. Your energy speaks clearly to the purest hearts. Let it remind you who you really are, under the masks, roles, and noise. Now, picture walking through life, knowing the most intuitive being sense your truth. You carry a field of peace, and the world feels it. Signs 13, people say, I remember you, even after months or years. You didn't think you left an impression, but they did. You wonder, why do I stay in people's minds? Jung taught that moments of authentic presence imprint the psyche. Your aura doesn't just fill space, it leaves a trace. You touch people's subconscious. That's why they remember your energy, not just your name. You don't need to perform to be memorable. Your presence is already a frequency, and it sticks. Live align and let your truth leave echoes. Imagine realizing you're unforgettable, not because of effort, but because of energy. You walk through the world leaving light in places you didn't even notice. That's the quiet power of your aura, fully owned. You try to show up with love, with peace, with presence, but still, some people treat you like a threat. They roll their eyes, talk behind your back, or give off a vibe that makes your skin crawl. You don't understand why. You're kind, you're real. So why do you attract envy, judgment, or emotional tension you never asked for? You might even start feeling responsible for keeping the peace, for carrying the emotional weight in every space you enter. The deeper your energy runs, the more you feel everything. And sometimes it feels like too much. Carl Jung warned that What we deny in ourselves, we project onto others. When your aura is strong, clear, and awake, it naturally activates the unconscious in people around you. You reflect what they haven't faced in themselves. You might show them their unlived potential or the fears they buried. Instead of owning those feelings, they project them onto you. That's why you can be kind and still trigger people. Why you can say nothing and still be judged. Your light shines on their shadow, and that light can feel like a threat to the unhealed. The truth? You're not responsible for other people's projections, but you are responsible for your energetic boundaries. The stronger your aura, the more sacred your self-care must be. Learn to notice. Is this mine or did I pick this up? Protect your peace. Choose your spaces wisely. And never dim to keep others comfortable in their unconsciousness. Now imagine living with awareness, not fear. You still carry presence, but now you carry intention too. You no longer absorb what isn't yours. You walk into a room rooted and whole, knowing your energy is powerful, not because it controls others, but because it protects you. How to cultivate and manage your aura. Step 1. Self-awareness. Observe your impact. Before you can manage your aura, you have to become aware of it. Notice what happens when you enter a space. Do people turn to look? Does the room get quieter, warmer, or more tense? These are signals. Your aura is already speaking. The question is, are you listening? Carl Jung taught that your outer world is often a mirror of your inner world. If your presence shifts a room, it's because your psyche is radiating something real. Start paying attention to the way people react, not just to what you say, but to how you are. That's the first step to mastering your energy. Step 2, emotional regulation. Lead from within. Your aura is shaped by your emotional state. If your inner world is scattered, anxious, or angry, it shows, even if you smile. That's why you must learn to center yourself before entering energy-rich spaces. Grounding isn't a spiritual buzzword. It's how you stay connected to yourself in a noisy world. Take a few deep breaths. Place your hand on your chest. Feel your feet on the floor. Jung said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." Regulate what's inside, and your external energy becomes peaceful, magnetic, and clear. Step 3, energetic hygiene. Clear what's not yours. Throughout the day, your aura picks up emotions, moods, even thoughts, like lint on a sweater. If you don't clear it, you carry other people's energy as if it's your own. That's where energetic hygiene comes in. Take time daily to release what doesn't belong to you. Use breath work. Step into nature. Take salt baths. Visualize your aura as a glowing light, expanding and cleaning itself. It's not imagination, it's maintenance. Jung spoke about individuation, the process of separating your true self from collective noise. Energetic hygiene is your path to clarity. Step 4, boundaries. Guard what's sacred. Your energy is not for everyone. It's not selfish to protect it. It's wise. People may want your calm, your insight, your warmth. But if you give it to everyone, you'll burn out. Learn to say no without guilt. Limit time with draining people. Trust your body when it says, enough. Think of your aura like a sacred space. Jung believed the self was a center with a boundary, and protecting that boundary is how you stay whole. You're not shutting people out. You're honoring your soul. When you become conscious of your energy, regulate your emotions, clear what isn't yours, and protect your boundaries, you stop being drained and start being lit from within. You move through the world as a radiant, steady force, no longer reacting to chaos, but holding presence inside it. That's the power of an aligned aura, and that's a power you can choose to grow. So, why does any of this matter? Because once you understand your aura, you stop blaming yourself for reactions that were never yours to carry. You stop wondering, why do I make people uncomfortable? Or, why do they open up to me? And instead, you start seeing these moments as signals of your energetic influence. Carl Jung said that the path to wholeness begins with self-awareness. When you become aware of your aura, what it carries, what it absorbs, and what it reflects, you stop being ruled by unconscious energy patterns. You begin to own your presence instead of being confused or drained by it. And when that happens, You gain the quiet power to influence every space you enter, not by force, not by words, but by simply being aligned with your true self. That's not just healing for you, it's healing for everyone around you, because your energy, when fully owned, becomes a beacon. Now it's your turn. Which of these signs resonate with you the most? Let's talk in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Have you ever walked into a space and felt the atmosphere shift without saying a word? How has your energy changed a room, a moment, or a relationship? If this video helped you understand your energy better, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives on self-awareness, energy, and the psychology of presence. Because the more you understand your energy, the more powerfully and peacefully you can walk through the world.